Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Do hereby pledge allegiance to the
armchair.
With liberty for all.
You're in Braves country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention now to the area in front of the pitcher's mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
You can't drink like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
What the hell's going on out here? Well, scared because his eyelids are jammed in his old man's hair. We need a live rooster to take the curse off Jose's glove, and nobody seems to know what to get Millie for their wedding present. We're dealing with a lot of
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner.
deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
people will come.
They come for reasons they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door, as innocent as children, longing for the past.
Sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick that I've brushed them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. Been erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have, and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Which team do you play for?
Well, I'm a...
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you.
Touch them all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light beer. I love them. Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our band here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball! Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
Down a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys. Pour you a cold one. It's time for Braves Country Baseball.
You're listening live, and the Atlanta Braves are on the road again. We're set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call, Braves Country Baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside for what should be a great game here on the Diamond. As we take you out to the old ballpark, kick up your feet, let's take a journey back to the golden age of radio baseball. We'll do our best to paint the picture as the game goes along. Roll call is on the way. It's time to join the country club, join in the fun. It's time to chop along. Go ahead and put your game face on. Here are the starting lineups for today's action. Leading off for your Atlanta Braves in right field, it is Ronald Acuna Jr. 13 home runs, 35 RBI, 16 stolen bases, batting .237. Batting second, behind the plate, it's Drake Baldwin. The Drake has 21 home runs, 63 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .272. Matt Olson batting third, playing first. 36 home runs, 77 RBI, 4 stolen bases, and a .261 average. Batting cleanup in center field, patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. 20 home runs, 68 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .291. Ozzie Albies batting fifth, playing second. 20 home runs, 65 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .251. Mauricio Dubon is batting sixth and at short. 10 home runs, 61 RBI, 6 stolen bases, a .264 average. The Dominator, Dominic Smith, is your designated hitter and batting seventh. 8 home runs, 60 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .223. Mike Yastrzemski, the Yaz, he's batting ninth and in left. 9 home runs, 34 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .227. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Chris Saleday. The conductor is 12-8 with a 2.16 ERA and a shiny 1.02 whip. 129 innings, 160 punch-outs, 103 hits allowed, 28 walks, and 8 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with the Miz, Jacob Mizorowski. 12-5 with a 1.75 ERA and a .75 whip. 139 innings, 210 strikeouts, 73 hits allowed, 31 walks, and 13 home runs served. Backing up Miz in the bottom of the first inning, leading off and playing left field, Jackson Churio. 17 home runs, 50 RBI, batting .280. Bryce Turang is batting second, playing second. 16 home runs, 75 RBI, a .262 average. Billy the Kid is behind the plate. William Contreras with 12 home runs and a .257 average, 63 ribbies. Vaughn is batting cleanup and playing first. 5 home runs, 36 RBI, a .303 average. Jake Bowers in right field, 22 home runs, 72 RBI, 9 stolen bases, batting .276. Gary Sanchez, the designated hitter, 10 home runs and 31 RBI, .221 on the year. Ortiz is batting seventh, playing third. He's got 7 home runs, 38 RBI, .252. Chris Pratt comes in hitting .264 on the year with 2 home runs and 17 RBI. And Lara's in center field. He has 1 home run and .232 average. Calling balls and strikes behind the plate tonight's Todd Titchener. Your first base umpire, John Tumpane. Second base will be manned by Adam Harmari. And down the third base line, it's Clint Bondrick. Game time temperatures here in Milwaukee, 74 degrees with the wind blowing right to left at about 11 miles an hour, but it is expected that the roof will be closed. There is weather in the area. We'll see how they play that out. Your Atlanta Braves come in plus 130 on the money line, Milwaukee minus 136. The over-under is just 5.5. Our pick to click tonight, well, there's not a lot to pick from, but a couple of guys that did have base hits against the Miz the first time through. You got Ozzie, who's 1 for 3. Dubon 1 for 3. Dominic Smith 1 for 3. Austin Riley was 1 for 3. We're going to go with the Matt Olson. Matt Olson is 0 for 2 against The Miz. We think he gets into one today, and duck, because it could be coming into your backyard with The Miz throwing. We'll take your Atlanta Braves to win a low-scoring battle 3-1 here in Milwaukee.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. And if we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around for us.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody! Bring your green hat. Let's go. Come on, everybody. We're going. Woo!
It is the American game. You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, and that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. Can bring you up here. It can bring you down there. One thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list, but we have a child's interest in baseball, so it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees.
Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 300 play-by-play games right here on the BCR. Please like and subscribe today. Don't forget to hype the videos. It helps the smaller stations to bring folks in so we can all root this great game on together. Join the country club today, and a special thanks to all the members in the country club. You help support the BCR.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah! Roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good to see everybody in the chat. Good to see Royal Peta. Sleepy Toe! Sticking the sleepy toe in, checking out the ball game. Got Olson clicking. James Fisher King. Chris Hughes. V-Dub, or Rebecca, as we know her. Tread. Spaceman Ladarius. Ryan, Scotty Smith, the SS87, JR, good to see you, James Ray, Tom Fisher, Alice in Washington. Holmes. We're starting to get the fire up. The final form-up pitches of the Milwaukee Brewers. They're wearing their City Connect light blues. Braves are wearing their gray top to bottoms. Land across the chest in red, outlined in navy. Tomahawk the same, striped in gold. Same with the names, or the numerals on the back. The names are in navy, navy ball cap, white A, representing the city of Atlanta from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. Your Atlanta Braves, America's team since 1871, the longest sports running franchise in North American history. And it is time to play ball. Rod Power. If I missed anybody, just jump in the chat. We're starting to focus on the game at hand as we try to link this up. As soon as it comes in, we will bring it to you. Got a couple of false starts as per usual on the 3D. And here it comes. Yes, sir. It is baseball time in Braves country. Ronald Acuna Jr. will be digging in at the plate. And the first pitch to Jr. from the Miz as he kicks and fires. Pitch inside. Four-seam fastball taken for a ball. It's 1-0. They checked down the line. They said he did not go around. 1-0 count, infield playing back and to the left. I don't know why you do that with the Miz on the mound. The 1-0 pitch. Swing! Whistles the four-seam fastball, 102 miles an hour, 1-1. Nothing, your score. The 1-1. Turns and fires. Fastball misses high. Ball 2, 2-1. Talk about this all the time about the new age shifts and the number crunchers that always pick is the 2-1 pitch. Outside wide. Ball 3, 3-1. And they always make their defensive alignments if you're righty or lefty. But, man, when you got a guy like the Miz on the mound throwing 102, how many guys are going to get around on that? I'd be playing straight up. But, anyways, the 3-1 pitch. Outside wide, ball 4. So the Miz is a touch wild to start the game, and a good job by Acuna. Not going out there swinging at the very first thing we see. And it's a 5-pitch walk.
Bravo.
We're off and running.
Bravo.
Greg Baldwin, the batter. Infield playing back and to the left, but not quite as much. They're a little more straight up with the Drake on at the plate. First pitch down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Nothing, your score. Just getting going here. The 1-0. Turns and fires. Upstairs. Four-seam fastball, 1-1, 101 miles an hour. We'll be keeping you up to date on the velocity with him and Chris Sale much more than we normally do, because we know it is a very interesting statistic all game long with these two great arms. The 1-1 count. Inside, check swing, slider. 1-2. That one came in at 91 miles an hour. Braves, nothing. Milwaukee, nothing. Just getting going here if you're joining us a little late. Top of the first. The 1-2. Game 1 of the 3-game set. The pitch. High and out of the zone. Four-seam fastball. And it is 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Milwaukee comes in 79-49, 30 games over 500, 43-23 at home. Braves. The 2-2 pitch. Inside. Caught, looking, strike 3. Four-seam fastball, punched him out with a 102-mile-an-hour fastball. on the inner track, and there's one down. Atlanta Braves come in 75-53, so a couple of games behind Milwaukee in the overall race for best record in the major leagues. They're a little closer to the Dodgers right now. First pitch to Matt Olson is a four-seam fastball, 101 miles an hour, and on the track it's 0-1. The 0-1. And of course, if you're a Braves fan, you're not really focusing on that overall record. You're trying to win the division, and then you go from there. The 0-1 pitch. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, 101. Up and in. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Nothing your score. 1 on, 1 out. Just getting started. Top of the first inning. The 0-2. High, well above the zone. 1-2. Another triple-digit pitch there. 101 miles an hour. The 1-2. Outside. 2-2. Four-seam fastball misses high and out of the zone. What you'll get from the Miz is a four-seam fastball about 64% of the time, and a cutter 13, slider 11, curve 11, and then a changeup very rarely at 1%, just enough to keep you off balance. The 2-2 pitch is a swing and a miss down and in, and there's 2 down. It's just the second time of the Braves seeing Mizorowski, so you got to expect some growing pains. Braves saw him earlier in the year for the first time. The Braves won that game, but they did not get to him much. It was late in the game. Martin Perez held his own versus the Miz. First pitch upstairs. Michael Harris II is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1. 2 down. Acuna at first. Mizorowski about to throw his 17th pitch. Right there, P at the knees, did not get the call, and the runner goes, and Acuna is cooked. Terrible base running by Ronald Acuna Jr. I have to see that again. I think he got a late start. What a dope. Anyways, we go to break. Weiss we'll see if he wants to look at it. He's out by a mile. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the first we go. 0-0 here in Braves country.
I've been told that the word icy is like the easiest word to spell. Now that I'm looking at it, I see why.
Wing to the right is Schubert. Wide to the left is Scott. Hand off to Walter Payton. Sliding to the right side. It pops out of the 30 to 35 to 40 to 45 to 50 and out of bounds. The taking territory knocked out by Paul Krause at about the 46-yard line. And there's a 28-yard run by Mr. Explosion himself on the very first play of the ball game. Deuce backfield. Avellini to Payton on a sweep to the right side. He's a block. He cuts back into the 5 and struggles down to about the 2-yard line. Well, there's the rushing record. Walter Payton becomes the all-time single-game rushing leader in the NFL. 275 yards for Walter Payton.
So I just rolled a joint. I bet you're jealous. Well, don't be. It was my ankle. I'm old. If you can relate, you should probably give me a follow.
Don't you love when you have a few minutes to waste so you scroll and it ends up being the best 4 hours of your day?
Hey, boy, this hoe got me up. This hoe talking about she finna stay tonight because it's too much snow on her car. Please. You gotta go.
That is a large part of Vuger's personality. He just doesn't give a shit. For somebody to be on as many times as Vuger was and to score a home run every single time, that is unheard of. For somebody to be on a Tonight Show as many times as Vuger was, gave him a chance to market who he was and what he could do. And rest assured, they wouldn't have come to him with any of the other things if he hadn't been on the Tonight Show.
I was producing Saturday Night Live in the mid-'80s, and I had these baseball lovers who were among the stars of our cast, particularly Billy Crystal.
What are your plans for today?
Same as always. Drink 3 cups of coffee and then be sexy.
Welcome back. Chris Sale will go to work. Lefty-righty matchup. Jackson Cherio, the batter, leading off with the Brew Crew. And the first pitch on the way is swung on up top. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Chris Sale coming in, looking for his 13th win of the year, the 2.16 ERA. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss upstairs, four-seam fastball, 0-2. His fastballs have come in at 95 and 96 miles an hour, respectively. He normally warms up as the game goes on as far as velocity goes. The 0-2 count, high and out of the zone, 1-2. So 1-2 count. Slider, swing, and I guess he just got a piece of that. So he'll stay alive, 1-2. You're wondering about the over-under and the strikeouts today. It was 7.5 for Sale and 9.5 for the Miz. The over-under in runs was just 5.5. You never see it that low in the regular season. The 1-2 pitch, swing, lifted. High into right field, Acuna drifting back, makes the catch, and there's one away. Speaking of Acuna, and look, he's not the only one that does it. I mean, let's be honest. This team is full of bad fundamentals on a daily basis. But that was a terrible go on that steal. I think he thought he was being coy and taken off late, but even Contreras was able to throw him out. He's not known for having a cannon. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch right there. P at the knees. Sinker coming into Terang. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Bang! Right there. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Milwaukee Brewers come in 5 games in front of Chicago. Braves 5 games in front of the Phillies in the respective divisions. As that pitch is fouled off, we'll do it again 0-2. No one else really threatening in the NL Central, so it's a 2-team race, and you can say the same for the NL East. It's Braves and Phillies, it's Cubs and Brewers. The 0-2. Swing, rolls it on the ground, over to first, and Olsen will step on the pillow, 2 down. The Los Angeles Dodgers, they don't have anybody threatening them. 9 games in front of San Diego, 10 in front of Arizona in that awful division. But the Braves are eyeing the Dodgers because they sit just 2 games behind LA in the overall win column, which if they could catch them, you would guarantee yourself a first-round bye. Contreras digging in. First pitch on the way is outside wide, 4-seam fastball. It's 1-0. 0-0 your score. The 1-0. Up top misses. Ball 2, 2-0. The 2-0 count. What you really hate about that throw out of Acuna more than anything else is the 2-0 pitch, swing, roasted down the third base line, but foul, 2-1. The key is to get Mizorowski's pitch count up. And he was at 17 in the middle of an at-bat. And you don't know if you would have scored in that inning, but you could have ran his pitch count past 20, and that's not nothing in a pitcher's duel like this. The 2-1 to Contreras. Swing and a miss, 2-2. And that's, I know I've been saying it for well over a month, but they've got to button that up, because when you get to October, if you play bad baseball, and I'm talking about the fundamentals, it's hard to win. The 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2. It's hard to win against anybody in Major League Baseball on a given day, but when you don't have good fundamentals in October, it just stacks against you. Because usually the games are turned on a dime. The payoff pitch. Swing, rips it into center field, and that's down for a base hit. And it is a 2-out single for the Brewers. Good hard hit ball up the middle. That'll bring Andrew Vaughn to the plate. Sale's sitting at 15 pitches if you're keeping track of that at home. It's a 3-game series. Tomorrow's game should be a good pitching matchup as well. Logan Henderson versus Perez. First pitch outside wide. Slider misses. It's 1-0. And that game is starting early as well. That is a 2:10 first pitch. Then everybody packs up and heads to Pennsylvania. The Braves and Brewers will play at the Little League World Series ballpark in Williamsport. The 1-0. Drops down below the knees. Called for a ball. It was a strike, no challenge. 2-0. That is a 7:10 first pitch on Sunday night. We'll have it all here for you as usual here on Braves Country Radio. The 2-0 count. Good change up there. Almost a mirror image, just a little higher in the zone, 2-1. The 2-1 count. Brings it. Swing, roasts it up the middle, and that's another base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Brewers with 2 outs. So back-to-back singles. 2 on, 2 outs, and we see this from Sale quite a bit. He'll usually struggle in the first early innings with base runners, and you just hope you can keep them off the board. Runs will be at a premium today against Mizorowski. Lefty, first pitch swinging, lifts it out to left field. That's going to be just foul down the line. It's 0-1. That was almost an excuse me jam hit down that left field line over the infield and in front of the outfielders. But it just curved foul. Riley was giving chase. You've seen him make a lot of great running catches over his shoulder over the years, but he had no shot at that one. Jake Bauer standing in. Batting .287 against lefties with 5 home runs, 17 home runs against righties. The 0-1 pitch. Sale brings it. Swing. Chopper on the ground. Back to Sale. Sale's got it. Soft flip to Olsen, and that'll end the inning. So at 0-0 your score, we go to the top of the second. Here in Braves country, Braves turn to look for a hit. Where do you come from? Where do you hail from?
You're in Braves country.
It's always great to hear where everybody's listening here in Braves country. I guess for a lot of you football fans, this game here lines up perfectly for a little appetizer going into all the preseason action tonight. There's some good baseball games that are being matching up tonight. You got the Cardinals going into Philadelphia, Blue Jays and Yankees. Twins are at the Padres. That's a lot of playoff implications. Pirates are at the Dodgers. First pitch on the way to start the top of the second to Michael Harris as he goes back to bat. He's in the middle of a count when Acuna strangely got thrown out heading to second base. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses high. 1-1. Nothing your score. No runs, no hits, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Milwaukee. The slider misses down and in. Ball 2-1. Harris coming in, batting .291 on the year. 20 home runs. He's tied with the man on deck. As the four-seam fastball misses 3-1. Ozzie Albies has 20. Team lead is 36 with Drake in second at 21. Infield playing back and to the right. The 3-1 pitch. Swing, chopper, up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman, Terang. He'll flip in over to first base. It'll be a 4-3 putout, and there's one down. You've got a guy that is good as the Miz out there on the mound. Man, if he's missing spots, I think it's really up to the hitting coach in general to go to the guys and say, hey, take some pitches. And here we go, Ozzie Albies. First pitch, Ozzie swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Lazy fly ball, lazy at bat, 2 down. I think guys like Ozzie know that they are overmatched and they swing early and often on the Miz because the first fastball they see, and they're going to see if they can get around on it. When you've got it going in your direction, a conversation you got to have as they're coming back into the dugout. Hey, guys, look at the pitch count, et cetera, but you can tell it doesn't go on in Braves country. First pitch is a 101-mile-an-hour fastball to Dubon. It's 0-1. It's the only way you're going to get this guy out of the game is to run his pitch count up. The 0-1 pitch, swing, lifts it back foul, it's 0-2. You had a very high pitch count in the first inning, but right now it is extremely low unless Dubon can find a way to extend it. Standing on deck is Smith. The 0-2 pitch, swing. That ball's going to get laced into right field, and that's down for a base hit. Not a hard hit ball, but hit them where they ain't, baby. Hit them where they ain't.
Pardon me. Would you have any? But of course. One of life's finer pleasures.
A little doink, a boink over the first baseman's head. Vaughn with the leaping attempt could not get to it. And here we go. Dominic Smith, the batter, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch misses high. It's 0-1. You expect a professional at bat from Dominic. He rarely goes ambushing. 1-0. Swing and a miss, cutter inside. 1-1. And I'm not saying that they need to stand up there and take strike after strike after strike. But when you haven't seen a guy much, there's no excuse for Ozzie to be swinging at the very first pitch after he has struggled with the strike zone like he has. Because then you go to your next at bat when you see him, and you're almost starting from scratch again. The 1-1 outside wide, ball 2-2. 2-1 count. Infield back into the right. The 2-1 pitch. Swing lifted. high into center field, not very deep. Call it right center. Coming over, making the catch is Lara, and that'll end the inning. Braves did put some pitches on him. He's at 29. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the second we go. 0-0 your score. A pitcher's duel in Milwaukee.
Most people think the U.S. Navy was created with congressional approval of a Continental Navy on October 13, 1775, during the American Revolution. However, it was December 22, 1775, that the idea became a reality. The Continental Congress appointed Esek Hopkins as the Navy's first commander-in-chief and adopted the first naval regulations, primarily authored by John Adams. Adams, a passionate advocate for naval power, worked tirelessly to persuade Congress to establish the Navy, draft its regulations, and allocate resources. While the Navy initially began with just 2 ships, the Alfred and Columbus, Congress soon authorized 13 vessels, forming a modest but determined fleet. The Continental Navy played a vital role in the war, disrupting British supply lines and protecting American trade. Though small in comparison to the British Royal Navy, it set the foundation for American maritime strategy, ultimately leading to the creation of the United States Navy. Keep the sea lanes open and protect American trade.
All right, maybe I wasn't the greatest player of all time, but fans, they forgive and forget. When I go in here, they'll be buying me my favorite beer, light beer from Miller. You, Bob Uecker? Yeah, how you doing? These fans, I love them. They know us ex-big leaguers drink light because it's less filling and it tastes great. Well, can't keep the gang waiting. The fans are always joking.
Some ex-athletes are pretty good actors. Most are barely passive. Uecker was a natural.
Give me 2 cases, you can have this baby. Come on. 1 case. Nope. A 6-pack. Half a can.
The big league light beer, Miller Lite, where less filling tastes great.
Okay, I'll give you 2 cases, and you don't have to take the card. But that's my final offer.
He knew just what was necessary for these commercials.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light beer from Miller. Down in front! I love them.
That front row spot. It's a catchphrase now.
Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on. I don't care where I go. I mean, even on airplanes. I must be in the front row.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Swung on, popped up, high in the sky. He must be taking batting advice from Tim Heyer. Sanchez, 1 pitch, 1 out. Start the bottom of the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Milwaukee. Just getting going here in the bottom of the second inning. That'll bring Joey Ortiz to the plate, lefty-righty, first pitch, 4-seamer. Right there, hit the zone, and Drake will not challenge it. It's 1-0. Sale has said, and most pitchers have said, they will not challenge it. The catcher's the 1-0 right there. 1-1. If you wonder why they do that, we've talked about it before, but think about when you're throwing the ball like that, your head's moving around. The guy sitting there catching has got a better view. The 1-1. Inside 2-1. Of course, Sale and others have also said, too competitive. I think every pitch ought to be a strike. So it just makes a lot more sense to leave it up to your catcher. The 2-1 count. Inside slider, 2-2. But the Drake has been very passive about calling challenges, and it's cost the Braves. He's been more so since he came back from the IL, and you don't know if something was said to him, but he was decent at the beginning of the year on it. It was the 2-2. Knocks it foul. But he had a couple when he first came back from the IL. He didn't get him, and it seems like it has affected him ever since. I don't know that to be true, but it has that feeling that he won't challenge anything early in the game, even if it's obvious. I do agree with if it's extremely close, don't challenge early in the game. The 2-2 pitch, swing, smacked on the ground. Ozzy's got it. Olsen's at first. Flip, the catch, 2 down. But I do believe whoever ends up winning the World Series this year, they're going to be good at that in October. They may not be good at it right now, but they're going to be good at the ABS Challenge in October. Because it's going to turn a game or two. It just is. It's become that important. Whether people like it or not, that toothpaste is not going back in the bottle. Pratt, the number 8 hitter, comes to the plate, showing bunt, pulls back, 4-seam fastball. It's 0-1. Cooper Pratt 6'4", 210-pounder, the shortstop, 22-year-old, out of Magnolia Heights High School in Mississippi is the 0-1 right there, 0-2. Brew Crew drafted Pratt 2023 in the 6th round. The 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the top shelf tequila, and that'll end the inning. Braves nothing, Brewers nothing. Top of the 3rd we go here in Braves country.
Afternoon, everybody. What a day. I use a drink. Nothing like a cold one after a long day, huh?
So, how much do you drink?
I think I'm good for about 10 or 12.
10 or 12 a week? That's not bad.
About a week.
You drink 10 or 12 beers a day?
You counting beers, too?
How reckless of me. I made you all wet.
Yes, but my martini's still dry.
She turned out to be a part-time model and a full-time pickpocket.
Oh, yeah. I've been known to drink a beer or two. But then again, I've been known to do a lot of things.
You drinking anymore?
Oh, me? No, I quit drinking, dude.
You never gonna drink again? Nope. You wanna stop at the bar by the Chinese restaurant? Just get a quick shot, me and you, and then we'll go? Yeah, the bar they got in the back.
Oh, the Chinese bar? Okay.
What's shaking? All 4 cheeks and a couple of chins.
I thought you said they didn't have alcohol.
Run back to your mix master. Cook up a few more of these.
Cigarette?
No, I never touch them.
Yeah. I suck them down like Coca-Cola.
I expose people to magic. I expose them to something they're never otherwise going to see in their boring, normal lives. And I gave that to them. I may forget about them tomorrow, but they'll live with that memory for the rest of their lives. And that's a gift, man.
One of the women said that she was afraid she might OD.
I thought that was a lemon drop. I didn't think it was tequila.
What's that got to do with me?
You and me are gonna have a small talk later on.
I'll be busy thinking of things to say.
Doesn't your wife ever complain that you never spend any time with her?
Would you?
Could you keep it down to a low roar? Some of us have to work.
Put that money down, pal.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
There goes the 2 weeks at camp I promised the kids this summer.
My birthday, give me a beer, stick a candle in it, and I'll blow out my liver.
Here's to feeling good all the time.
Perfect. Cheers.
Cheers.
This crowd back into it now.
Welcome back. First pitch, kind of a check swing, excuse me, swing by Austin Riley. 4-seamer up top. It's 0-1. 99 miles an hour on that one. Infield playing back and to the left. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss at the slider, punching him at 90 off the edge. It's 0-2. Nothing your score. 3 total hits. Braves have 1. Milwaukee 2. Milwaukee got both of theirs in the first. Braves got theirs in the second as the 0-2 in the dirt. 1-2. Standing on deck is Yaz. Good to see everybody in the chat. You get a chance to smash that like and subscribe. Go over to our video from yesterday and hype it during one of the breaks. It's much appreciated as the 1-2's knocked down the line. The theory behind those, I believe, is if you get everybody to agree on one video to hype each week, you got a much better chance of it ranking. Because you get ranked per week on is the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They've got like a top 100. So if we can get everybody to agree on, or you can wait till tomorrow and do this one. It's got to be 30 minutes after a live has ended. But if we get in that habit, I think we have a much better chance of bringing more folks in to watch the games we have. Because if we're all just kind of sprinkling them in, if you look at the ones at the top, I mean, they've got a ton of points. First pitch right there to the Yaz is right on the outer edge, called for a strike. It's 0-1. Anyway, just my thoughts. We appreciate anybody that shares and hypes regardless. It's free to do. But you do have to do it from your phone. I don't think they have capabilities on a laptop yet. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt, 1-1. Mike Yastrzemski, the number 9 hitter today, so standing on deck is Acuna. Acuna did get on via the walk. The Braves have had a couple of base runners so far. 1-1, swing, whistles it back foul, 101 miles an hour. The 1-2 count. This kid is just unbelievable. I mean, he's a physical freak is what he is. The 1-2 pitch, swing, rips it into right field, down for a base hit on the 90-mile-an-hour slider. And that had to feel like a ephus pitch after seeing 101 up around your eyeballs. And your Atlanta Braves have one on, one out.
Yes, put everything on it. Don't hold back anything.
Yabba, dabba, do. Yahoo!
Ronald Acuna Jr., the batter. First pitch, swinging, chopper, up the hole. Looks like he's only going to have one play, a 6-3 putout. Acuna was busting it down the line for those of y'all who knew that he doesn't. And the runner does make it to second. So a bit of a productive out, not one you would consider a productive out because there are 2 outs. Tail of the tape. Chris Sale is 37 years old. 6'6", 180 pounds. First pitch swinging by Drake. And he'll give that at bat away, and that'll end the inning. We'll do that when we come back. Maybe we'll see a professional at bat when we return. Braves nothing, Brewers nothing. Back in a flash here on the BCR.
You know, I'll either post my way into your friends list or into your block list. There is no in between.
Paging all baseball fans to the ER because this is the story of how George Clooney was almost a Cincinnati Red. The year was 1977, and the Reds had just come off back-to-back World Series titles, and they were holding tryouts at the team's facility for the upcoming season. At the time, Clooney was regarded as one of the nation's top high school players as a 16-year-old, and he thought this would be his ticket to the big league. After his first tryout failed, and he did make the team, he tried to give it another shot and attended a second tryout. Prior to the second tryout, he worked to improve his arm and his speed, 2 things he knew the scouts would be looking for, but there was one problem. He could hit a fastball, and he was very good in the field, but he had one giant flaw. He couldn't hit the curveball. After taking an 82-mile-an-hour curveball near his head, he knew baseball wasn't his thing. Although he didn't make it to the major leagues, I think he had a pretty good plan B.
I promise y'all, ain't nobody seen me at my lowest or seen me look the worst like my local Dollar General.
Then to wind up in that bad seat where I was, way up at the top of Dodger Stadium.
Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag. He missed the tag.
All that front row stuff, or he missed the tag, all those things have become part of Americana. They really have.
Ladies and gentlemen, the newest addition to the great monuments at a great ballpark, the real Bob Uecker front row statue.
That commercial got lots of attention, including from a well-regarded director in Hollywood who was about to cast his latest movie.
I had seen him in the Miller Lite commercials, and I thought he was incredibly funny. I knew that he had that. There was something about his whole persona that suggested Harry Doyle to me. Harry Doyle was a combination of somebody I imagined and just thinking about Bob Uecker.
I'm so proud of myself. I got 8 hours of sleep. It took me 3 days, but I got 8 hours.
Welcome back. 0-0 your score. Chris Sale goes back to work. Lefty-righty matchup. 4-seam fastball up top. The number 9 hitter, Lara. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks in fire. Swing chopper through the hole. Braves were playing him to pull, and they had an overshift to the left side, so traditional defense gets them with these, but instead it is a leadoff single for the Brewers as they head back to the top of the order. Not a hard hit ball, but no chance for Dubon to get to it. So trouble a brewing, 1 on, nobody out. First pitch, slider, check down the first base line. He did go around. It's 0-1. So we'll try this again. Chris Sale. We're going to try to time this up. See, they jumped ahead on us again. The 0-1 pitch. Kicks and fires. Down and in. 1. Excuse me, 0-2. I don't know what I was saying. Infield back into the left. Double play depth. Laura with good speed, the center fielder at first base. The 0-2 pitch. Brings it. In the dirt. Good block there by Drake Baldwin, keeping it from getting away. Chris Sale, 37 years old, 6'6", 180-pounder. The 2.16 ERA and a 1.01 whip with 160 strikeouts. Averaging about 96 miles an hour on his fastball. The 1-2 pitch swing. Slaps it into right center field, and that's down for a base hit. They're going to test Harris's arm, and they will come up clean, and it's runners on the corners with nobody out. The Miz, 6'7", 201-pounder. And he is 6'7", 24 years old. His ERA is 1.75 and the whip of 0.75. 210 strikeouts. And his averages of the fastball is over 100 miles an hour at 100.7. So Bryce Terang comes to the plate. The Braves infield is back into the right. First pitch swinging. Slider off the edge. It's 0-1. You can't really, if you pull that infield in to stop the runner at third, you're asking for a disaster because you're right in the heart of the order of the Brewers. And you get down big in this game, it's going to be really tough to come back. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Slider off the edge. It's 0-2. So he's gone back-to-back sliders. Does he go there a third time in the same spot, or does he try to straighten them up and then go back out there? Contreras on deck, the catcher. Good hitting catcher, but he's still a catcher. So you're looking at not great speed. The 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Big punch out there by Chris Sale, 1 away. Second strikeout of the day. It's a shame, but you almost have to, if you're Sale, you have to go to that strikeout mentality early and often in this game because the way they shift the infield around, they put big holes out there that a traditional pitcher like Sale is the first pitch swung on, slider chopped down the line, foul, it's 0-1. A strikeout pitcher like Sale, I've just never thought that it plays into those guys' repertoire. I think you're better off playing it honest. A guy that gets, with low velocity, a guy like a Martin Perez, I totally get the whole overshift thing, but there's a huge hole on the right side right now. Olsen holding the runner at first, and Ozzy's almost standing at second. The 0-1 pitch. Change up off the plate, 1-1. And with Contreras, if you throw a fastball to the outside part of the plate, you got to hit your spot or he's going to smack it right through that hole. He wouldn't even have to hit it that hard. The 1-1, looking at the runner at first. Here's the pitch, swing, chopper up the middle. Sale tried to get it, but it gets past the glove of Dubon, and the overshift once again will lead to another single. It's 1-0 Milwaukee. And the overshift has cost the Braves a run. In a traditional defense, that's an easy double play. But they have Riley guarding the line at third, so Dubon is so far over. Anything that gets hit up that middle like that, he has no chance. So 1-0 your score, and the runners are at first and third again, so nothing has changed except the scoreboard. And Vaughn the batter. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch, check swing. Did he go around? He did not. It's 1-0. Vaughn, a slow runner in his own right. He'll be trying to get the ball up into the outfield. With Jackson Churio at third. Good speed. 1-0. Four-seamer right there on the inner track, 1-1. Sale is at 45 pitches, so he's a little north of where he wants to be right now, unless he gets a double play on the very next pitch. Braves trail 1-0. The 1-1. Inside. Busts him back. Ball 2-1. Standing on deck is Bowers. Sanchez is in the hole. Braves will have the heart of the order due up in the top of the fourth with Olsen and Harris and Ozzie. The 2-1 pitch swing chopped on the ground. It's going to be a 6-4. Ozzie has a hard time getting them out of his glove, and he will not get him. So it's a 6-4 put out, but a second run scores. And 2-0 is the lead for Wisconsin. Soft hit ball, which is what you're looking for a double play. It was a little slow developing, and Ozzie had a hard time getting it out of his glove. I don't think he gets him anyways. Sinker right there at the knees. It's on 1. Jake Bowers, the batter. The 0-1. Way outside, wide slider misses 0-2. Runner at first, 2 outs. Two nothing. Bottom of the third inning. Brewers lead the Braves. The 1-1 pitch. Bang! Right there at the knees. 1-2. Tomorrow's game is Henderson versus Perez. And then you've got Molly on the mound versus Drohan on Sunday, the 1-2. Down and in 2-2. The only game that you would say the Braves have the advantage on in the pitching matchup is Sunday's game. Not that either one of these guys can't win today or tomorrow, but they'll be decided underdogs in both games. The 2-2. Inside swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll end the inning. Chris Sale gets out of the mess, but they do score 2. It's his third strikeout of the day. We'll go to the top of the fourth. Needing a bloop and a blast when we return.
I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy.
So nobody's going to speak on how a whole new created football team just popped up for Washington, D.C. over the weekend. Now, I'm not the biggest football fan in the world, but I've never heard of the Washington Commanders. Come on now. They literally pulled that out of their ass. And I feel like this was all set up by Trump because, of course, their colors are red and white, and they play for Washington, D.C. When did Washington, D.C. get a football team?
It's for you to know it so that you can communicate it to the people here, to your clients, to whomever.
Oh, okay.
What?
It's whoever, not whomever.
No, it's whomever.
No, whomever is never actually right.
Well, sometimes it's right.
It's a made-up word used to trick students.
Obviously, it's a real word, but I don't know when to use it correctly.
It's whom when it's the object of the sentence and who when it's the subject. That sounds right.
Well, it sounds right, but is it?
How did Ryan use it as an object?
As an object.
Ryan used me as an object.
I was doing a game at Comiskey Park, and David came in the booth and told me they wanted to talk to me. They that they had this role in this movie.
If I hadn't gotten Euchre, it would have been strange. I don't know quite what I would have done.
Hello again, everybody. Welcoming all you friends of the feather. Major League is one of those movies that it's not going to win any Academy Awards, but you can watch it 100 times.
If I'm flipping channels and I get to Major League, I don't care what's on, I'm going to watch it.
That's one of those movies where, you're sitting at home and it's on and you might come into the middle of it, but you remember it and you can't wait for certain scenes to pop up again.
And Euchre, without Euchre, the movie isn't half as good.
Post-game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.
Bob is so brilliant with extemporaneous thought and humor that I'm sure that a lot of the lines were never written by anyone except by Bob.
David gave me that. Whatever you want to say, use it.
Every once in a while he'd say something and I go, that's fantastic. It's not in the script, but it's great.
Welcome back. Matt Olson, the batter. First pitch is upstairs. Called for a high strike, I believe. It is. They're going to challenge. It looked like it hit the zone. We'll see what the ABS says. It was a strike.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
So the Brewers will lose one of their challenges.
You're wrong.
Pocket Pancakes does not look happy with that one. I think he's more upset with Contreras' challenge than he was the results. As the 0-1 misses high, 1-1. Pocket Pancakes, man, it was everything he could do not to bite his finger off when they showed him in the dugout. He's one of my favorite managers that doesn't wear a Braves uniform. 1-1, down and in, ball 2-1. It's good. I would say this would be a preview for the National League Championship Series, but we know the Brew Crew are usually one and done. They usually do a great job in the regular season and then can't score in the postseason, but we'll see what happens this year. You never know. As the 2-1 misses inside, ball 3-3. Last year they went up against the Dodgers. That was just embarrassing. Time is called by Olson. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball. Full count. All baseball fans are welcome here. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 101 miles an hour off the plate. Olson said, was that a strike? If you're the home plate umpire, Todd Tischer, you probably say, well, you swung at it, didn't you? That ball was well off the plate. It was, I'd say, about 2 inches. If you could read Matt Olson's mouth right there, he was not PG-13, I can tell you that. The first pitch on the way is a 101 mile an hour fastball. It's 1-0. And 1-0. Turns and kicks, swing and a miss, 1-1. Only game going on right now. It's a strange time because it's a strange series. 2 in Milwaukee today and tomorrow early afternoon, and then they go to Pennsylvania to play at the Little League World Series, the 1-1 inside, 2-1. You knew this was going to be a tough road trip. Going to Minnesota, they're in the playoff hunt. Of course, Milwaukee is. Chicago is in the playoff hunt. The 2-1 kick, swing, lifted. High into center field, going back on the track, making the running catch is Lara for out number 2. Good running catch out there. Harris got a hold of that one. He ripped it, but Lara's able to run it down, 2 down. Probably the only place in the ballpark he could hit it, and that ball would have been caught. If he hits it towards right or left, they're not running that one down. It started tailing towards right center, but it peeled back towards Lara, which helped him immensely. He just grabbed that one. Ozzie Albies the batter. He's seen one pitch and popped it up. That one goes inside. It's 1-0. 1-0. Right there on the outer edge. Wide strike. Terrible call by home plate umpire Todd Titchener. 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing, whistles it backwards. 1-2. Ozzie Albies digging in on the 1-2. Pitch 55 of the game for Mizorowski. So he's right where he wants to be. Slider, swing, just got a piece of that. We'll do it again. The 1-2 count. Turns and fires. Misses high, 2-2. The 2-2 from the Miz. Swing, pop up into left field, giving chases. Churio coming in. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Brewers 2, Braves nothing. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th here in Milwaukee.
I just watched a video. This girl from the UK was showing like their best meals that they got there, and everything looked horrible. Somebody commented and said, "Do you need some money?"
It's not a scam at all. I also had reservations in the beginning, but these super berries grow in the Andes Mountains, okay? Alpacas can survive entire winters on this shit. Great question.
So is that the only superpower you get, surviving winters? Because I've survived many winters without these berries.
No.
December 23rd, the beloved poem A Visit from St. Nicholas was first published anonymously in the Troy Sentinel, a New York newspaper, in 1823. At the time, the tradition of St. Nicholas was fading and primarily celebrated only in Dutch-American households, with children leaving out their wooden shoes the night of December 5th in the hope Sinterklaas would leave them candy, not a lump of coal in the morning. The poem revived and transformed the image of St. Nicholas, presenting him as a jolly, plump old elf riding a sleigh pulled by reindeer loaded with a bag full of toys for good little boys and girls, creating the modern image of Santa Claus we know today. Nearly 20 years later, not happy with how the poem was being misclaimed, Clement Clark Moore came forward to claim authorship, saying he wrote it to amuse his children, though some debate persists over its true origin. The poem, now the cornerstone of our holiday tradition, brings the magic of Santa Claus to millions each Christmas season. Today we call that poem The Night Before Christmas.
Vaughn into the windup in his first offering. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
When I saw him throw that ball, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
I knew it was funny. I didn't know it would become, part of the lexicon of sports talk.
Every ball player, and the ball player could have been born after the movie came out. Doesn't make any difference. Ball player walks out to him, just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
Usually when an actor gets a day off, they take the day off. But the days we were shooting with you, a lot of the actors would show up and just stand behind the camera and watch it. They were so entertained by it.
Low, and Vaughn has walked the bases loaded on 12 straight pitches. Boy, how can these guys lay off pitches that close?
Welcome back. Braves trail 2-0. Chris Sale going to work, and the pitch off the edge is right there on the outer edge for a strike. It's 1-2. We apologize. I had something to take care of in between the break. 1-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Chopper on the ground over to third. Austin Riley's got it. It's going to be a 5-3 put out, and there's one away. One up, one down. Ortiz, the batter. Joey Ortiz grounded out to second his first time up. And Sale This is a touch out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Right down the pipe for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 count. Swing! Whistles the four-seamer foul. 1-2. Game 1 of a 3-game series. Ortiz 3 for 10 lifetime against Sale. The 1-2 pitch. Outside wide. Ball 2-2-2. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Milwaukee. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the down and in, and there's 2 down. Now it's going to get much more difficult to score because there is sunlight now into the stadium. They had it overcast all game long, but now you can see some sunlight. And so Chris Sale is sitting in the shade, standing in the shade, and the batter is in the sun as it crosses over. Both broadcast teams are focusing on that on the television side. Pitch to Pratt is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. One count, infield back into the left. Braves trail 2-0. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball. 1-2. Sale looking in. Pitch 65 of the afternoon. Swing, punches it foul, and we'll do it one more time. Sale just rearing back and throwing good old-fashioned country hardball at him. The 1-2 pitch. Turns and kicks. Swing lifted. Out to right field, drifting over into the corner, making the catch just before the warning track is Acuna, and that'll end the inning. They go down 1-2-3, middle of the order due up when we return here in Braves country.
War's over, man. Drop the big one.
Well, since when are you the quitting kind?
What? Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is. And it ain't over now. Who's with me? Let's go!
I don't have to tell you things are bad. It's depression. Everybody's scared. Punks are running wild in the street. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. I want you to get mad.
Will you fight? No! We will run! And we will live.
Shame on you. This could be the greatest night of our lives. You're gonna let it be the worst.
In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And after what you've gone through, if you haven't done that by now, it ain't gonna never happen.
Wretched slugs. Don't any of you have the guts to play for blood?
I'm your huckleberry.
I'll put you out of your misery.
Say wham.
You gotta say, damn it, my life has value.
And I'm gonna stay right here and fight for this lost cause.
Intruder.
Yes, you're an intruder. I was having a perfectly nice trip until you walked into my life.
Hey! I'm just lying around.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Right. Psychotic, but absolutely right.
We gotta take these bastards.
Are they yelling in Atlanta here?
Are they yelling in Atlanta?
I'm as mad as hell.
They're yelling in Atlanta.
Son of a... We struck the
think you had it in you.
You look like somebody just walked over your grave. Play for blood, remember?
Fuck, I missed something.
Yeah, we're all officially kicked out of school.
That makes sense.
Mauricio Dubon coming to the plate, and the first pitch is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, slider down below the knees. Called for a low strike, it's 0-2. The 0-2 count. High and out of the zone, 1-2. One-two pitch in the dirt. That'll even it up at 2-2. The 2-2. Slider in the dirt. Ball 3, 3-2. So a full count now to Dubon. Kicks and fires. Swing up the middle. Backhanded by the second baseman, Terang. He'll make the easy throw. 4-3, 1 away. One up, one down. Mizorowski at 63 pitches. One out here in the 5th inning. And that'll bring Dominic Smith to the plate. First pitch, 96-mile-an-hour cutter. Did that get him? I don't think it did. I think it might have hit his bat. If so, it's 0-1. They're showing 1-0 on the screen. Let me double check this. No, it did not hit. Oh, it did hit his bat going through. Kind of dropped it down as he was trying to get out of the way. The 0-1 pitch. Swing, chops it foul. 1-2. So if you're watching on Braves Vision, you're seeing a 1-0 count on your screen. That's not correct. It was 0-1 and it's now 0-2. The 0-2 count. Mizorowski comes set, brings it. Slider. Chopped through the hole. That's going to get through for a base hit. And just like that, the Dominator is aboard.
This is a time for leaders to step up. Make us believe again.
Tying run will come to the plate. And Austin Riley. Not a hard hit ball, but chops it in between first and second baseman. The Brew Crew. And Riley digging in. 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-1. Oh, it's 1-0, excuse me. Standing on deck is Yaz, in the hole is Acuna. Knew this was going to be a low-scoring pitcher's duel, and that's what you got. 2-0 your score. The 1-0 pitch. Right there, four-seamer at the knees. 1-1. You're just looking for one mistake, essentially, and you can tie this ball game. As dominant as Mizorowski has been. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at a slider off the plate. 1-2. Yaz on deck. He's 1 for 1 with the single. Riley 1 for 3 lifetime against the Miz. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, four-seam fastball. About eyeball level. Chase one out of the zone, 2 down. That was pitch number 70. And that's where he wants to be, essentially. If you're at 75 through 5, you were on pace to give a team 6 to 7 innings. Yastrzemski, the batter, first pitch outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The Braves, though they've had some base runners on, they've got 3 hits. They haven't had an inning where they've really ran that pitch count up. So he's staying right where he wants to be. 1-0. Up top, misses high, 2-0. And so what he's on a pace for right now, and it can all change quickly, but what he's on pace right now is to get into the 7th inning with about 90 pitches. Which means depending on where you are in the order, it would be the 3rd time through, so the Braves get a little better swings on it, but this kid is the real deal. So anyone who's getting down on the offense, because, this kid is the real deal. If you don't watch baseball, you don't watch teams other than the Atlanta Braves, this isn't some shocker that the Miz is out there spinning a shutout right now. The 2-0 count, inside, ball 3, 3-0. Logan Henderson is another good pitcher tomorrow, but it'll be like taking a vacation after seeing the Miz. The 3-0. Down and in, ball 4. So another good at bat by the Yaz. First and second, 2 outs.
Yes, put everything on it. Don't hold back anything.
Yabba, dabba, go. Yahoo!
See where this takes us. Ronald Acuna Jr. coming to the plate. He walked his first time up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Righty-righty matchup, first pitch outside wide, 101 miles an hour. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing, fouls the cutter away, 1-1. Infield playing back and to the left. Anything hit to the right side, the first baseman's playing about a third of the way off the bag, so he'd have to cover a lot of ground if it wasn't an atom ball. 1-1 pitch. Right there at the knees. Man, 4-seam fastball. Kennedy's going to challenge us, but that looked like a strike. We'll see. It's a low strike, but it's a strike. See if he wins the challenge somehow.
Wrong,
no dice.
wrong.
He has been pathetic
wrong.
ABS challenges this year. I don't have him in front of me, but he's got to be one of the worst in baseball. The 1-2. Upstairs, 2-2. Makes you realize what kind of God-given talent he has, because he obviously doesn't have a grasp of the strike zone. The 2-2 count. Swing, slow roller on the ground, over to short. Acuna kind of walking down the line. He'll be out by a mile, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 0-0 your score here in Braves country.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is miniature. One miniature on top of the world, the next day something happens and you're not.
Wisdom from Bob Hope. My idea of Christmas, whether old-fashioned or modern, is very simple: loving others. Come to think of it, why do we have to wait for Christmas to do that?
Yeah, hello?
This is an officer with ICE doing a routine check.
Well, I'm an American citizen.
Well, we have questions that'll determine that answer.
Okay.
How many points are scored in a football game?
6.
We want to make America
great again.
Who's the best female artist?
Taylor Swift.
All right, last question. Can you say Walmart? Sir, can you say...
Yes, I know. Walmart.
Y'all are blessed to have me. I don't give a what you talking about. You are blessed. to have me. And I'll say the again and again.
My little teacher Christmas wish. May you never be too grown up to search the skies on Christmas Eve.
In the 1980s, Bob Uecker did the television show Mr. Belvedere, and one of the taping schedules had him in Hollywood during September when Milwaukee, was in a pennant race. And I remember calling him on the phone and telling him what happened in the ballgame, and he said, "Gosh, I really wish I was there. You know, it's a great gig that I've got, this TV show, but I really miss the ball games. I really do." And I knew he meant it too.
All the Tonight shows and everything, all that stuff that I did, Mr. Belvedere, and I always had to get back to baseball. And not that I didn't like all the stuff that I did, but baseball was always the bottom line.
Welcome back. Atlanta Braves trail this one 2-0. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The first pitch on the way is upstairs, called for a strike. It's 0-1. Laura, the number 9 hitter, who singled his first time up, came around to score. Followed by the top of the order, Churio and Terang. The 0-1 pitch. 0-2. The 0-2 count. Drops the slider down and away. One and 2. The 1-2 pitch, swing drilled into the corner. Acuna chasing, turns and fires, heads to second base. Here comes a throw. Smoke him if you got him, because he got him. Good throw by Acuna. Lars, a big smile on his face. He knew he probably shouldn't have went. One away.
Bravo.
That was a turn and burn and a perfect throw. That's that natural God-given talent that Acuna has.
Bravo.
He can make up for a lot of his mistakes. That was an absolute P that he threw from deep into the right corner. Perfect throw to Dubon. He made it a fairly easy tag for Doobie. He just got him. I mean, that kid can fly too, man. He can fly. The 0-1 pitch, swing. Rolls it on the ground. Foul, it's 0-2. I knew he was going to go, and I knew Acuna was going to make it interesting, but you really didn't know off the end of that bat. I don't think it's a bad send, by the way, by Milwaukee, because you get a guy in scoring position with nobody out if he makes that play as the 0-2 down and in 1-2. I've always said, especially when you have the lead, if you can put the pressure on your opposing team to make a perfect defensive play, you've got the upper hand, because all it takes is anything for that not to have gone perfectly for Atlanta. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. That's why it used to drive me crazy last few years when our third base coach, after we lost Ron Washington, what was that guy's name? I'm drawing a blank. But anyways, he was so passive. And then they changed up and they put Freddie Gonzalez out there, and he started off aggressive and he was passive. I cannot stand a passive base coach, because usually if Acuna makes that throw 10 times, he might get about half of them right on the money. As the first pitch on the way, swung on, sliced in the left field. Yaz has trouble with it at first, but fires it back in the infield, and it's a 2-out single for Milwaukee. But more so with the throws, especially when you're coming from left field. If a guy's playing left field, he doesn't have a great arm normally. Yaz is a little different because he's a right fielder by trade. First pitch right there, change up, called for a strike, it's 0-1. But we saw so many times in the last couple of years when they would hold the guy at third, and you're like, man, make them make a difficult throw. Sale at 76 pitches, the 0-1. Fouls it straight back, it's 0-2. So if you're a Brewers fan, I wouldn't be upset by that at all. I know in theory right now you'd have runners at first and second, and there'd be one out. But the 0-2 count. Hanging slider's going to get ripped into left field, down for a base hit. Yaz cuts it off before it can be real trouble, and it's back-to-back singles into left for the Brewers. Hanging slider, Sale upset with himself, rightfully so. That was a good old-fashioned cement mixer. The difference when Sale throws it and some of the other guys throw it is that you're sitting on that fastball, you have to adjust, and you normally don't get as big of a wallop on it. So first and second, 2 down, and Andrew Vaughn, the batter. Cleanup hitter for the Brewers. Big spot here in the ball game. First pitch. Drops the slider down and in. It's 1-0. 1-0. Brings it, swing. Chopper up the middle. Ozzy's got it with the catcher running. He'll flip it to first, and that'll end the inning. We will go to the top of the 6th, trailing by a bloop and a blast here in Braves country.
You're almost 40. Your life must be so boring. No, I risk my life weekly buying crap off of strangers on Marketplace, so I'm living on the edge.
Woman in politics is like a donkey doing calculus.
Come on, there are plenty of amazing women politicians.
Name one.
Senator Hillary Rodham Clinton?
Awful.
How is she awful?
Hates freedom.
Like in the heat with pads on, you can't take none of your stuff on.
Yeah.
Like especially like New Orleans and Tampa and Houston, like it just stick to you. Yeah. And it just grab you. And you're like, you either gonna die in this or you gonna hydrate. And like when you're in the cold, it's just like, hey, where my gloves at? Oh, I got my gloves. Oh, where my hat at? Oh, I got a hat. Yeah. Oh, the benches. Oh, I can see the steam coming off the benches.
Sit right there.
Sit right there. You know. So it's funner to play in the cold than the heat.
Yes.
You're thinking about your life.
As sports fans, we love stats. My favorite obscure stat of all time, Braves manager Bobby Cox was ejected 162 times. That's a whole season's worth. What's your favorite stat?
How did you get past security? His fortress is impenetrable.
Door was unlocked.
Son of a...
You really feel the game through him. And while certainly he's a Brewer broadcaster, so in that sense he's a homer, he's not a mindless homer. He'll give you a fair call of the game. You'll understand when the Brewers are not doing well, but when they are doing well, then you feel the excitement through him.
Morgan, a smash up the middle, base hit to center. Here comes Gomez, around third, a throw, and the Brewers win.
I would certainly throw his name in the hat of the Mel Allen, Bob Costas, Jack Buck, Ernie Harwell, Vin Scully, because he's up there. He knows the game and he knows how to broadcast.
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac McGee. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Braves trail 2-0. Drake Baldwin, the batter. First pitch, swing and a miss, and a four-seamer about eye level. It's 0-1. Drake 0 for 2 on the day with the strikeout and a one-pitch ground out to the pitcher, the 0-1. Just misses out of the zone, 1-1. 1-1 count. It'll be Baldwin, Olsen, and Harris. Third time through the order for Atlanta. 1-1 pitch, swing. Golfs the slider, a little bit out of the zone, down and in. Out of play, 1-2. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Milwaukee. The 1-2 pitch. Upstairs, misses 2-2. These Milwaukee City Connects, I don't love them. They're a darker blue than what the old ones were. The older ones were really cool. These are a darker blue with Wisconsin across the chest in white. And their names are written in orange, which I don't get that part. Is the 2-2 Mrs. High 3-2. Maybe there's a Brewer fan that can explain why it's written in orange. It's got nothing to do with the Wisconsin Badgers or the Green Bay Packers, because sometimes they'll mix that in. The payoff pitch, caught looking strike 3, punched him out, got to swing the bat. No way. 2 strikeouts now for Baldwin on the day and a dribbler back to the mound. And that'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. First pitch to Olson is right there at the knees. Slider taken for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and kicks. Swing and a miss. Slider down around his shoelaces. It's 0-2. Olson, who has struck out his first 2 times. Harris is standing on deck. 3 hits so far for the Braves. They've all been in the bottom of the order. Dubon, Dominic, and the Yaz. The 0-2 pitch. Upstairs misses high, 1-2. 99 miles an hour. 88 pitches for Mizorowski. So if you can put some pitches on him in this inning, this will be it. And then you'll try to get to that Milwaukee bullpen, which is one of the best in baseball. They're ranked 3rd. The Braves are ranked 4th. This is the 1-2 down at him. 2-2. The 2-2. Swing lifted. High into center field. Going back on the track. Crashing into the wall and making one hell of a catch out there is Lara for out number 2. He gave that ball a ride. And that'll be a da-na-na, da-na-na. I mean, that was a hell of a catch. Putting on his own show out there. We normally see Michael Harris doing those types of things. Wow, what a catch. Not only do you have to catch it, but when he comes into the wall like that, you got to hold on to it as well. And he did it. Michael Harris is second. Standing at the plate. First pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing, rips it. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Harris rounds first, heading to second base. And it is a 2-out double for your Atlanta Braves. Good piece of hitting there by Michael Harris II. Money Mike in scoring position.
What they know about
29th double of the year.
Keep your game tight. Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
He was bringing that fastball down the pipe and he whistled it. Going shopping in the Gap on a Friday afternoon in Milwaukee. And that'll bring the pitching coach, Chris Hook. Isn't that a great name for a pitching coach? Get the hook. We've seen enough. Get the hook. Chris Hook is out there to talk to the Miz. Offensively, lad, he's up there. He's not putting the numbers that Olson is, but you combine his defense in center field, Michael Harris is right there. They're both Gold Glove winners in the field, but Harris is just getting started in his career too. Whatever was wrong with his swing early last year, he has figured it out. I think the biggest thing they talked about is he simplified it, made it more compact. Ozzie Albies the batter, looking to try to cut this lead in half or maybe even tie it with a swing. First pitch misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Miz at 92 pitches. So even if he can just fight through this at bat, right? Not likely to see him in the 7th. If it's a quick at bat, you never know. The 1-0. Four-seamer misses, ball 2-2-0. And he might be running out of gas too. He is a young man, but this game was very well hyped with the pitching matchup. So typically pitchers lose a lot of energy just off of adrenaline going into a game like this. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Cutter down and in. We'd like to have that one back. Chase one well off the plate. The 2-1 count. Brings it. Swing lifted. High into right field, but not quite deep enough. Drifting over, making the catch is Bowers for a loud out number 3. Braves put a little stress on the Miz. That's probably it for him. We'll be back in a flash. Bob, the 6th we go.
Don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day. Besides, we both know I'm training to become a cage fighter.
Jacksonville. The community. Duval.
What the was that? How are we losing every game next year? I see it. We losing every game. He's running. I gotta get back to Jacksonville. I need to talk to somebody.
Over my dead body. Will she feel good about herself? Over my dead body. Will she have good self-esteem? How dare she? How dare she? Not on my watch. As God is my witness, she will never, ever feel good about herself online. Not today, not ever.
Was that your thought process when you wrote your comment?
I don't know what's more impressive, the fact that my coworkers can do the same thing every day and still mess it up, or that they can mess up every day and still have a job.
He's not in the Hall of Fame as an announcer because he's funny. He calls a game as good as anybody.
It is indeed an honor for me, personally, to present to my friend Bob Uecker the Ford C. Frick Award.
They told me that I was going to go in, and they asked me about doing something, right? Get up there and do my thing, right? I said, well, how long do I have? You know, tell me how long I have. Maybe 6-7 minutes. I said, I can't work like that. I can't do that. He said, what do you need? I said, 15 minutes. I can, I'll do something in 15 minutes.
My first sport was 8th grade basketball, and my dad didn't want to buy me the supporter, Johnny, to do the job. So my mother made me one out of a flour sack.
Look, I'm a good woman and I love Jesus, but honey, I'm still crazy, so please be careful whenever you address me.
Chris Sale goes back to work, bottom of the 6th. First pitch right there. Across the belt for a strike, it's 0-1. Unless he gets a very quick inning, this will probably be his last inning. That was pitch 81. You figure the Miz is probably done. He's at 96. And he was starting to miss a little bit on location. Is the 0-1. Flips it over to Ozzie. Banging it on the ground. Ozzie tosses it to first. It's going to be a 4-3 put out, one away. Yeah, he looks like he's done. He was getting pats on the back of the dugout. We knew what we were walking into here. That's why I was a little surprised that when they decided to put the Miz on Friday. Why didn't the Braves just say, we're going to push Sale back. We're going to have someone else pitch on Friday. First pitch misses off the plate. It's 1-0. And, I mean, that's going to be a real talking point going into the postseason, assuming the Braves make it. Is the 1-0 is right there for a strike, 1-1. You get into let's say it's a 5-game series against a team like Milwaukee. Do you throw your best bullet in game 1 up against Miz, or do you let Sale go game 2? Is the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. I get the idea of wanting to go toe-to-toe and tit-for-tat, but sometimes it's better just to know when you have your guy going in the next game, you throw as many arms out of the bullpen to try to win game 1. 1-2 count. Down below the knees, 2-2. I wouldn't hate the idea if they went into, let's just say it's Milwaukee, everybody's healthy and ready to roll, and they're not tired and all that kind of stuff. Is the 2-2. Swing, rolls it on the ground. And because what you can't predict is what happened in the series before, who's available and all that kind of stuff. But just say it is. I don't hate the idea of having Sale pitch in a game 2. Because let's say you're on the road and Chris Sale can win that game 2. It means you did what you wanted to do, is the 2-2. Bang down the line foul. You're heading back to Atlanta with a series split at 1-1, and that's what you want if you're the road team. If you're the home team and you do it, it does two things. A, it makes game 1 must win for the team you're going up against. It's the 2-2 pitch, swing, chopped on the ground over to Ozzie. Ozzie's got it. And another 4-3, 2 down. But also, that game 2 of a series, especially in a short series like a 5-gamer, that's usually one of the most important games in a series because it can turn the momentum. JoJo Romero threw live batting practice today for you Milwaukee fans, as he's trying to work his way back. First pitch upstairs, 4-seam fastball. It's 0-1. The 0-1 count. Swing. Lifts it down the line. Foul. It's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Sale. This will be pitch number 92. High and out of the zone. 1-2. The 1-2 count. In the dirt, ball 2, 2-2. The Sale sitting at 94. Not likely he goes back out there for the seventh inning either. So there'll be a battle of the bullpens. The 2-2. Caught looking, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry, and that'll end the inning. He's going to challenge this. We'll see if it holds up. It looked like a strike, but Ortiz challenges it, and he wrong. We'll see you. Top of the 7th we go. Trailing by a bloop and a blast.
How do you make a tissue dance?
I don't know.
Put a little boogie into it.
Good evening and welcome to this free seminar on Facebook etiquette. I'm your host, and for many of you, this is going to be a simple refresher course. So let's jump right in, shall we? Because I'm sure you're familiar with the old adage of treating others the way you wish to be treated. That's certainly wonderful advice to take with you when you're on the World Wide Web. Now, before you leave a comment on a stranger's page, you might want to stop and ask yourself, would I say this to their face in real life? If the answer is no, don't do it. What would make a comment like that even worse? Well, that would be if we clicked on your profile and saw something about how much you love Jesus and how important kindness is to you. Do you see how that would be hypocritical? Just a few pointers for you next time you forget how to be a decent human being. Okay, bye.
Nothing's going on in my life. I don't have any drama. Should I make some drama?
He went in with no script.
He did not have a single sheet of paper in front of him.
The guy guarding you knows exactly where you're going because little specks of flour keep dropping out.
said to him, you have to have at least a few notes. Put down your 5 or 6 best anecdotes. Nah, I'll say whatever occurs. And he did.
I remember Gene Mock doing things to me at Philadelphia. I'd be sitting there and he'd say, grab a bat and stop this rally. Send me up there without a bat and tell me to try for a walk. Look down at the third base coach for a sign and have him turn his back on you.
All those guys are sitting behind me, and they're telling me to keep going. All the players. Yogi was behind me laughing. I can hear those guys really laughing.
My kids used to do things to aggravate me, too. I'd take them to a game, and they'd want to come home with a different player.
Vampires suck your blood because of the vitamin D, because they can't go out in the sun themselves. Ever think about that? No, you didn't, because you only think about yourself.
Welcome back. Two to nothing your score, and Mauricio Dubon takes a swing at the first pitch and fouls it down the line. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing lifted. Out to left center field. Get down. Oh, making a tumbling attempt. He drops the ball. Here comes the throw, and Dubon is going to be safe. He's going to be safe. Mauricio Dubon with the leadoff double. Durang thinks that he got him. It looked like he got him.
Would you have any?
I don't know how the hell. They are going to challenge us. The dopey send.
One of life's finest.
The ball was right there in front of the outfielder Churio. They called it safe. He did a swim move around. Did look like he beat it, but whether or not he held it, I don't know. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty good call. We'll see if it holds up. It was still a dopey send. It was a hell of a swim move by Turang. From the overhead look, it looked like he was going to be out by a mile, but Dubon did a great job of sliding around the tag. They put the glove out there with him, but he has not touched him, and then he touches the bag with his left hand, and then he touches him, and he doesn't hold the tag, and when Dubon comes off the base, he gets back in time. It's funny if you're putting it side by side like I have. The Milwaukee broadcast is convinced it's an out, and the Braves broadcast is convinced it's not an out. Any way you look at it, they're going to call him out, but looking at he did not get him. That was a bad call by New York, but that's not a shocker. But once again, it was a terrible, terrible call. That's right, Scott. It was overturned. Righty-lefty matchup. Dominic Smith, the batter. Nobody Allen. 1 out. First pitch. Sinker down and in. It's 1-0. You don't send the runner there because the tying run's coming to the plate, and it's just a terrible, terrible job by Antoine Richardson. I know they have been big on it. He's not even busting it out of the box. They're showing a replay now. He picks up speed. If you're not busting out of the box, son, you just need to stop at first base. 1-1 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Inside, 2-1. But that's what second time today that the fundamentals has gotten Walt Weiss's team once again. The 2-1 count. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Yeah, what? Yeah, the watch, the old stopwatch boy. He's terrible, man. He may be good at teaching them how to steal bases, but he's bad at first base coach. You got to get him another job. Get someone who has an actual instinct out there. The 2-2. Swing. Slow roller up the middle with Dominic Smith running. That'll be an easy out. 4-3. 2 down. When you see your batter, he needs to be looking at the runner. When you see your batter kind of jogging out of the box on a base hit, do not send him unless that ball gets to the wall, because you're asking to get thrown out. They're showing it once again on the other broadcast. It's just a terrible job by Walt Weiss's team once again. First pitch outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The fundamentals have been bad in Braves country for several years. We all know it. The 1-0. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn, that's going to end the inning. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. F4 if you're scoring at home. Braves trail by 2. We go to the 7th inning stretch. Welcome back. Suter will come on the mound. Braves trailing by 2. First pitch is right there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Fouls it away. It's 0-2. Pratt at the plate. Suter on the bump. First time these two have met in their career. Suter coming on with a 3.91 ERA. And the batter is standing in the shade now with the pitcher in the sunshine as the 0-2 fouls it away. No runs, 5 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Milwaukee. But still a bloop and a blast would tie it. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, 1-2. I know it'll never happen, but you really wish that the Braves beat writers would actually ask tough questions in these post games as the pitch misses inside, 2-2. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away. Couple of great defensive plays here today, especially the one by Laura in center field that robbed the Braves of extra bases, and then the bad base running by Dubon in the last inning, but more so Richardson's send. Is the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. You don't send the runner there, and that hurt the Braves. They've had a couple of plays in this game where did not know that was jammed up there. The four-seam fastball fouls it back. We'll do it again. The thing is supposed to come down, but I guess it got stuck. The 0-2 count right there at the knee, strike three. Lara wants to challenge it. I don't think he's going to win this, which means they're going to be out of challenges. In fact, we're going to play it. I know it. He's not going to win it.
Wrong,
and
wrong, wrong.
Sit down, sucker.
Wrong. You're wrong.
You might be able to catch a ball, but you can't hit a ball. 2 down, bottom of the 7th. Jackson Churio, the batter. First pitch upstairs. Called for a strike. Sinker. It's 0-1. Infield back into the left. The 0-1. Drops it in the dirt. 1-1. You wonder what the Braves are doing here. I mean, essentially trailing by 2. They're not going to use the back end of their bullpen. They would have to get the lead or tie it for you to see someone like a Lee or an Iglesias is the 1-1 in the dirt. 2-1. 2-1 count. Misses. 3-1. I don't believe you're going to get the very front of the bullpen like a Kerr. Is a 3-1 misses, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. You may see Medeiros in the 8th. Really depends on what they're trying to do as far as giving guys days off. But you would think that Diddy, after doing an amazing job yesterday coming in and striking out the side, and Iglesias are going to be off limits unless they get the lead. It's a sinker. Outside wide, 1-0. Medeiros has put a few innings on him this last week, but I would think he could be available. It's 1-0, flips it over to first. Now, if they break the game open, then you're talking about a Kerr. But the problem with running with a 6-man rotation at this point is this is what you're going to run into. And so the Braves are going to have to make a decision on the day off on Monday. What are they doing with the bullpen? The 1-0 swing, comebacker to the mound. It's off the glove of Suter, but he grabs it off the rebound and flips it to first, and that'll end the inning. No harm, no foul on the runner put on first. We go to the 8th inning, trailing by 2.
106 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Have dinner, ready?
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer. Salad.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back. Mike Yastrzemski, the batter. 9 home runs on the year. 34 RBI. Righty-lefty matchup infield. Back into the right. Pitch outside, high and wide. Ball 2-0. Senzatella back out there for another inning. The Braves only put 9 pitches on him. Former starter for the Rockies coming over in the trades. Cunha stands on deck. I thought the Brewers had a pretty good trade deadline as the 2-0 outside wide 3-0. The same cannot be said about the Atlanta Braves, but we are who we are now. No help down anywhere. The 3-0 pitch. Right down the pipe, 3-1. The 3-1. Swing and a miss over the top, cutter. Full count. The payoff pitch. Remember, tomorrow's game is an early game, y'all. 2:10. The payoff. Outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Leadoff walk. Normally spells trouble for a pitcher. As we go to the top of the order. See if Acuna can do anything with it. He's 0 for 2 with the walk. First pitch swinging, chops it on the ground, and that is going to be a good old-fashioned. Should have been a double play, but a wild throw, and Acuna is safe at first. And so they'll change places. Going to be a force out at second base. The ball was chopped to the right side of the infield. Vaughn flipped it to Terang, and Terang, he just airmailed it. The ball, they're having some kind of a conversation. We'll see what this is about. They're having some kind of a conversation here. Looked like the ball went into the dugout. Yes, it did. That's what they were talking about. The ball went into the dugout and then ricocheted back into the field of play. And I guess the umpires didn't originally see it because it smacked off the wall and came back. So Acuna's at second base is what that conversation was about. There's still 1 out and 1 on, but Acuna's now at second and not at first. Drake Baldwin takes the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Chased a wild one up around his eyeballs. 0-2. Bad. He's had some bad at-bats here recently. He is struggling. The 0-2 count. It's almost like it snowballed. 0-2. High and inside 1-2. I don't know if there's a lot of pressure on him. I don't know what it is, but he's not taking the typical at-bats you normally see from the Drake. 1-2 count. And if I'm Senzatella, swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 down. I was just about to say, if I'm Senzatella, I'm throwing up near his head again. He's swinging at everything. So 2 down and runner at second. He did it all day versus The Miz. If the guy's going to swing at stuff that is off the plate and inside and high, there's no reason to throw him a strike. There's also no reason to bat him second in the lineup. Runner at second, 2 outs. And Matt Olson, representing the tying run, comes to the plate. Harris is on deck. I still say that they ought to be putting Harris at the 2 spot behind Acuna. First pitch swinging, fouls it back. It's 0-1 against right-handers. Against left-handers, you can do whatever. You can do something totally different. The 0-1 count. Harris on deck, excuse me. Pitch on the way, swing, slaps it through the hole. Late break by Acuna, and he's going to be held up at third. No sense of getting him thrown out. And it's a single, but not a run-scoring single.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
Runners at the corners, but there are 2 outs, and Harris coming to the plate. It's a pretty hard hit ball. I don't think it was as much as the bad break by Acuna as it was an atom ball to the left fielder, and they just didn't have much of a. We're going to get another powwow on the mound. Chris Hook, the pitching coach, is out there to talk to Senzatella. I think it was just a really hard hit ball, and he didn't get a great break on it, but I don't think you're going to be able to send him regardless. It's one of those rare times where a hard hit ball punishes you, because if it's a little flare, he's going to score with these. So the go-ahead run now stands at home plate. Michael Harris, who's 1 for 3 on the day. He doubled to right his last time up. Righty-lefty matchup. The first pitch on the way. Swing, slaps it down the left field line. That ball's got eyes. 1 run will score, and Olson will slam on the brakes, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Good piece of hitting by Money Mike.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
Two to 1 your score. And Ozzie Albies the batter. First pitch high and inside. Misses for a, called that a strike, and Ozzie didn't challenge it. Terrible job, Ozzie Albies. It's 0-1. That pitch missed by 2 inches. 0-1. I mean, if the ball is eyeball level, that should be your. If you're Ozzie Albies, you ought to know that means it's not a damn strike. Pitch misses high again, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. 2-1, Paul misses high. 2-1 the count, 2-1 your score. Milwaukee is starting to warm up the right-hander in the pen. On deck is Dubon, the 2-1 pitch. Outside wide, 3-1. Of course, Dubon has had a knack for getting the big hit. Runners in scoring position. The 3-1, Senzatella. Way outside, wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and no baby.
Ducks all over the pond. Mauricio Dubon coming to the plate. And it looks like they're going to let Senzatella bat. Pitch, excuse me. First pitch on the way, swing. Whistles the cutter down the line, foul. It's 0-1. There are 2 outs, but the go-ahead run is at second. I think that's Grant Anderson warming up in the pen for Milwaukee, the right-hander. Real surprised they didn't bring him in here, but he may not have been ready, the 0-1. Outside wide 1. A base hit, a wild pitch, a hit by pitch, an error, anything would tie the ball game. 1-1 pitch, swing, lifted, out to right field, but right at the right fielder. Soft line drive out in right. F9 your scorecard. That'll end the inning. But your Braves put one on the board. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Getting a little tight here, Milwaukee, choking one away. We'll be back in a flash.
This one time, my Aunt Tammy spent all spring growing a giant watermelon so she could enter it into the largest watermelon contest. But the day of the fair, my Uncle Roy used it for target practice, and their whole front lawn was covered with watermelon guts. After that, my Aunt Tammy got real religious because she started spending every day at Pastor McDonald's for Bible study.
I just want to know, when was America great for us black people?
Right now? It ain't great for you?
No, not at all.
How?
I mean, I'm living life.
Looking good. You got clothes on. Look well fed.
But that doesn't mean
Got
it's great.
beautiful hair.
Oh, thank you.
Got your eyeliner on. You looking good. What kind of bag is that? That's a nice little bag there. America look good for you. If you were eating out of a trash can, I'll tell you something different. America's a great place. I don't understand how we are not acknowledging that. It's great. Look at all these different people out here. Men, women, black, white. You will never see this much diversity anywhere else. It's the greatest place on earth. Everybody can be here and enjoy one another, disagree with each other. We have the freedom of speech, freedom to keep and bear arms. We don't have to worry about the government interfering in our lives for the most part. It's the greatest country ever. And if we don't start acknowledging that, we're going to screw up something good.
That guy just destroyed an entire political party, plus most of the media.
It was about 18 minutes of wall-to-wall comedy, laugh after laugh after laugh.
In 1967, I set a major league record for pass balls, and I did that without playing every game. There was a game, as a matter of fact, during that year when Phil Niekro's brother and he were pitching against each other in Atlanta. Their parents were sitting right behind home plate. I saw their folks more that day than they did the whole weekend.
They still play that speech that I did in Cooperstown, at the hall. So it's a humbling thing. I don't care who you are. Anytime, I don't care how you went to the Hall of Fame. To be able to do that and be amongst the guys that are in there, the broadcasters that are in there, I mean, that's pretty good.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love you.
Welcome back. Billy the Kid coming to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. And Dylan Dodd will be your pitcher. So like we suspected, they were not going to use the back end of the pen. Trailing in this game. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch swinging. Lifts it out to right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Acuna traps it on the ground and flips it back into the infield, and it's a leadoff single for the Brewers. Mitchell coming to the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. He came in for defensive purposes. So he's pinch hitting for Vaughn, but he's been in the game. The 1-0. Up top, misses high. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did not. Ball 2-2. Dylan Dodd, who's been pretty good, is last couple of years. He's struggled a bit his last few times out. The 2-0 pitch, which is why you see him in a game where we're trailing in the 8th. The 2-0 inside. 3-0. 3-0 count. 3-0 right there, first strike, 3-1. Pitch inside, ball 4. So Dylan Dodd loses the second batter he faces, so there's first and second, nobody out. Quick mound visit out here for Dodd. Remember, he's got to face at least one more. Trevor McGill is warming up in the pen. If the Braves can keep it close, he has spit the bit a few times this year, so you can get to McGill. He's got good high velocity, but he's not ungettable, but you got to keep the game where it's at. Jake Bauer's coming to the plate. Lefty. Infield will be playing double play depth. On deck is Sanchez. Dodd brings it. First pitch swinging, fouls it back. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Right at the knees, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Nothing in 2 your count. 2-1 your score, bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased one well off the plate, and there's one away. If you were tied in this game or you were leading this game, this is where you would pull Dodd, but they're looking at the big picture. And you hate to see that as a fan, but that's what they're doing right now. Lefty righty down and into Sanchez. Gary Sanchez takes the first pitch. It's 1-0. It's the Milwaukee Brewers, original Seattle Pilots. The 1-0 pitch, swing, fouls it back, 1-1. They have won one pennant in their history. Almost 60 years of baseball. They have yet to win a world title. They're looking for their 8th division title. Is the 1-1 swing and a miss. It's 1-2. And they've had 3 wild card berths. One, 2 count. The definition of a bridesmaid when you look at the big picture in the sports world. Usually in it, just can never kick the door through. 1-2 misses high, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Yep, Harvey's Wallbangers. They spit the bit against the St. Louis Cardinals back when Milwaukee was in the American League. The 2-2, down and in, 3-2. Good old Whitey ball, Whitey Herzog. Knocking him out. The 3-2 pitch. Stepping off the bump now is Dodd. Sanchez 0 for 3 on the day. Lefty, righty. Perfect double play candidate. 3-2 pitch, swing. Hits it hard on the ground over to short. Dubon fires it to second. Ozzie fires it to first. And you talk about a spectacular double play. You're not getting many guys on that double play, but Gary Sanchez He runs dirty. We'll be back in a flash.
I got this. Hey, Matt, I like your sideburns. Did your mom shape those for you? No. Hey, Matt, I like your sideburns. I wish they covered more of your face, you sleazebag dookie face fungus.
My friends down us.
One person struggles, we all struggle. One player triumphs, we all triumph.
Well, since when are you the quitting kind?
I don't know, I just don't see the point anymore.
Want to talk about our opponent?
In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself.
They're bigger, faster, stronger, and on paper, they're just better, and they know it too. But I want to tell you something that they don't know. They don't know your heart. I do. I've seen it. You have shown it to me. You have shown yourselves just exactly who you are when you take that field. You've got to lay that heart on the line. From the soles of your feet, with every ounce of blood you've got, lay it on the line, and if you do that, you cannot lose. We cannot be defeated. How you play today, from this moment on, is how you will be remembered.
Hey! What's this lying around?
Well, what are we supposed to do, you moron?
What? Over? Did you say over? Where's the spirit? Where's the guts? Huh? Oh, we're afraid to go with you. We might get in trouble. Well, just kick my from now on! Not me! I'm not gonna take this!
This is your opportunity to rise from these ashes and grab glory.
Nothing is over until we decide it is! Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no! It ain't over now! Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going! Who's with me?
Could fight him with conventional weapons. That could take years. I think we have to go all out.
Want to talk about our opponent?
He's a dead man!
This situation absolutely requires
Our opponent.
Dead!
a really futile and stupid gesture be done on somebody's part.
Our opponent.
Dead!
We're just the guys to do it.
Let's go! Go!
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Excuse me. Gotta take my first step toward the Hall of Fame.
And this crowd's back into it now. Personally, I think we got hosed on that call.
Welcome back. See if the Braves can come back and win this game, trailing 2-1 in the bottom of the ninth, or top of the ninth, excuse me. See if the Brewers choke this one away or if they can hold on for dear life. And game 2 tomorrow is 2:10 Eastern, 1:45. We'll come on the air. It'll be Perez versus Henderson. Probably a little more offense in that one. Good old-fashioned pitchers duel. Milwaukee scored their 2 in the third. The Braves scored their 1 in the 8th. Both teams have had opportunities to score more, but that's where we stand. Trevor Miguel coming on. He has not allowed an earned run in his last 10 innings, last 10 games. And Dominic Smith, the batter. First pitch on the way. Swing, knocks it up the middle, but that'll be an easy 6-3 with Smith running. And 1 pitch, 1 out to start the top of the ninth. Austin Riley, your batter. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way, swing, pops it up. I'll tell you what, great at bats here by the Braves here in the ninth inning. 2 pitches, 2 outs. It'll be an F8 in your scorecard, 2 down. So will be 3 pitches, 3 outs. Yaz comes to the plate. Cunha stands on deck. That's what I'm wondering, Tyke. Yaz, he's had a pretty good day at the plate, 1 for 1 with the single. He has walked twice. Quick time is called as they switch out the balls. First pitch from McGill, down and in. It's 1-0. This is with the knuckle curve. Game 1 of a 3-game set. Braves will Send Martin Perez out there as the 1-0 right there, knuckle curve, 1-1. He'll send Martin Perez out there for game 2 and Molly for game 3. The 1-1 pitch, swing, smoke through the hole, and that's through for a base hit. See if that gets something going. Ronald Acuna Jr. will come to the plate.
Put everything on it. Don't hold back anything.
Yabba, dabba, go. Yahoo!
Acuna has not gotten a hit today, but he has gotten on base 2 times. And it looks like Lane Thomas, life in the fast lane, Thomas is going to pinch run for the Yaz. So we'll see if they may send him. Runner at first, 2 outs. If you're Acuna, you kind of have to give Thomas a chance. But I don't know if they'll send him. First pitch on the way upstairs, 4-seam fastball. It's 0-1. If you get into scoring position, then you just need a single to tie it. This isn't really the person you want at the plate for that kind of situation. You kind of have to let him swing. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, knuckle curve, 0-2. Man, that's the pitch he needed to go on, by the way. That was the pitch. The bender down and in. Braves down to their last strike. The 0-2. Pitch high and out of the zone. Thomas takes off, and he will steal second with ease.
I feel the need.
Now a base hit to tie the game. 1-2. Now any kind of a dribbler out to the outfield is going to score Thomas for sure. The infield is back into the left. Outfield deep and straight away. The 1-2 pitch. Swing! Chops it foul. Do it one more time. Brewers trying to hang on for dear life. Braves trying to come back on the rally. Brewers had a comfortable lead in the 8th. The Braves chopped away at it. 1 run in the 8th, looking to score 1 here in the 9th, maybe even 2. The 1-2. Once again, huge hole on the right side. First baseman's over there by his lonesome. And anything that gets down the first base line, that's at least 2 bases, if not 3. The 1-2 to Acuna. Pitch on the way, takes a wild swing and another wild pitch in the dirt, strike 3. And that'll end the game. The Braves lose.
Loser!
Here's some things we can focus on. 1, we tried hard. And 2, we're still dear friends. This sucks. It's horse. But I'm too polite to say anything because I'm a class act.
Don't worry about it. Next time I'll kick your ass.
There isn't anything to do. We're done. We're licked. What do they do to us? Right now, we're caught as we're wanted. If it's amusement you're after, I guess the game's up. Then it's all over with.
Oh, what a loser!
So goodbye, everybody, and remember, please, for the next day or so, the terrible lesson you learned tonight.
Oh no! We suck again!
Oh, take it easy, honey. These things happen, you
Now
know.
what kind of an attitude is that? These things happen. They only happen because the whole country is just full of people who, when these things happen, they just say these things happen, and that's why they happen.
Are they yelling in Atlanta?
Are they yelling in Atlanta?
But first, you gotta get mad. You gotta say, I am as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Son of a we struck the mother load!
Stick your head out of the window, open it, and stick your head out and keep yelling and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore. I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore.
I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore! I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore! I'm mad as hell! I'm mad as hell! I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take this anymore!
1 run, 8 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Milwaukee. Braves will go to 4.5 in front of the Phillies. The Brewers will go to 5.5 in front of the Cubbies. We'll be scoreboard watching tonight. No MVP, so adios, muchachos. Oh, wait a minute. We did have Peta. Peta gets the MVP, the 5 spot. We will see you tomorrow. Remember, it's an early game, earlier than this one. 2:10 first pitch, 1:45 we come on the air. We'll see you then. Braves lose a tough one. Well-pitched game by both Sale and Miz. But it's the little things that are going to cost you games like this when they matter the most in October. Ask the Brewers. They always lose in October. We'll see you. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. but Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike 2." "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.